All right, so today's video, as you can tell from the title, is cultural appropriation, right? And the reason why we're talking about this, as you can probably tell from the thumbnail, is because of Adele. And what I want to say about this is just that, it's just a ridiculous thing, to demonize someone else because why? They're white. Let's be honest now, right? Whenever you see a black person who's tattooed Chinese characters on them, or a black person who has some Japanese mythology or even some Japanese symbols, right? No one ever says a thing, When Asian people do it, it's like when Asian people take from other cultures, whether it's skateboarding, whether it's ice hockey, whether it's superhero things, no one ever says much. It barely breaks the news. But when a white person does it, all of a sudden, World War III is about to kick off. It's sad because, there's nothing wrong with cultural appropriation. As long as what you're doing isn't, say, mocking another culture, it isn't misrepresenting the culture, or it isn't trying to say this culture is actually someone else's when it's not, right? That's not the case here, right? In that situation with Adele. Simply just embracing Caribbean culture, but because she's white, automatically she can't do it, which is just sad because the same people who are attacking her for embracing Caribbean culture would be the same people who would be saying we need more diversity. But then what's more diverse than having another, different ethnicity or different culture, embracing your own culture or another culture? Because to me, just having racial diversity doesn't mean anything, right? You can have an organization that's made up of 70% white people and then 30% non-whites. But then those 30% non-whites all think and act like the white people there. So essentially they're just like darker looking white people. Like, where's the diversity in that? As opposed to having, say, an organization that may be 100% white, but you have 50% that grew up in different countries in North America. You have 50% that grew up in, or say 40% that grew up in countries from South America, and then the other 10% is different countries around the world. To me, that's like more diverse because you have people that grew up in different areas that are educated or familiarized with different cultures and, probably embrace those cultures and embody those cultures as well. Like, that's diversity, but it's just so annoying. I hate this when, you have people that are trying to tear other people or tear other people down or get at other people for simply just trying to, embrace another culture. And it actually helps increase diversity because now they're reaching an audience that probably you couldn't get to, It's just like when Eminem came into rap and everyone's like, oh, he's just a guest or whatever. Why? Because he's white, and they say, oh, he has to pay homage to all these other rappers and things like that. But yet I've seen black people diss those same rappers that they're talking about Eminem should be paying homage to. But yet nothing happens because they're black, right? Because people dissing the black people are black. But if Eminem was to do that, all of a sudden, hey, who is he and all that stuff? It's like, it's just this double standard, It's just really annoying. It's like, for instance, I've seen people that, are physically white, but, culturally or ethnically, whatever, they're Jamaican. They grew up in Jamaica, they were born in Jamaica, they're familiarized with the people, the language, they speak like a Jamaican, the vernacular and all that stuff. But yet, if they were to say that they're Jamaican, people would be like, no, where are you from, right? They wouldn't believe it. But if I said I was Jamaican, they'd be like, oh yeah, of course, because I looked the part, but there's nothing that really ties me to Jamaica other than my grandparents being from there. Like, that's it. But yet you have someone who is born there, understands the culture, the people, the languages and things like that. But yet, no, they're not really Jamaican because they're white. It's just a very shallow way to look at things, just to look at someone's race and think that, or the color of their skin and think that where they should be from or how they should be or whatever. It's like, it's racist, it's just shallow, and it doesn't help. It hurts a lot with diversity. and it just limits people, you know. And then how are you expecting, you know, your culture or things to change if you're only trying to reach a specific group of people? Like, that's a very slow progression. You know, you want to reach as much people as you can. You want as many people as you can to embrace your culture and understand it, you know. And that's how you get that quicker change and, you know, that widespread change. But, you know, as always, it's just my opinion, and that's the thing.